Yo, 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 it's Gauntlet time. And you also know about your boy. We're going to say this, do this every intro. The Gauntlets are all about using past and present squads, using unique squads, but sometimes to do something a little more different, we'll avoid using at least one past and present and go with, something a little bit more a mixture. And that's what we're going to do this week. This week, we're going to have a team that is a mixture of United players as well as players from other leagues as well. So we're not going to use the United PNP today. More so because I want to have an excuse to use Reece James and Lauren James in the same squad. Lauren played for United, Reece didn't. So I want to have an excuse to use the brother and sister combo. So we're not using the United squad for Gauntlet today. We're going to use this team. As always, I will show you guys every squad we use for Gauntlet in between each game. So you will see all 4 squads. So you can see what the PNP squad's looking like. The other squads will be our usual PNPs. So you'll see them. But for this squad, like I said, we're just combining the United squad essentially with some other players. Playing a 4-5-1 with our Evo and Neve Charles on the left, Reece James on the right. We packed him last night. The newly upgraded Luke Shaw in Obeys, Khan and Net with Frey on the right, Son on the left. The midfield of Casemiro, Enzo, and Beckham, and Lauren James up top. The bench is Carolina Coley. She'll be coming in as our our main right mid. When we're done, playing around with Freya. Our Evo on Haji, our Evo on Grazzo, Maldini, Coffee, Schuler, Boanga, and then McCabe is just over here chilling, just because she's not a team. But yeah, so we'll go ahead and get our first gameplay of Gauntlets and see if we can cook. Not gonna do too much freaking shit talking when it comes to this match because look at his squad. Oh, just cannot make that extra freaking move to get a shot off. We're getting looks, we just can't make that extra freaking move. Just can't get to the midfield. This is the issue like these formations, and this isn't like a playing by the formation, we're using the same formation. When you have these formations that are 5 people in the midfield, you can't get through the midfield. The Lauren James goal. They don't do too much yapping during this game because this guy's using an all-gold team because people mismanage their freaking squads. I firmly believe if you don't have at least 3, not even 3, it's 4 guaranteed Gauntlet squads, I feel like you mismanage your account. It's freaking about to be freaking May, and EA has provided us with a lot of freaking cards. If you don't have enough specials and have been doing enough evos on specials to freaking build at least freaking 4 teams, that's on you. You did a bad job at forming your squads and managing your account. I can realistically freaking do 8 Gauntlet squads. I'm not even freaking joking with you. And none of them will freaking have goals in it. I have 8 usable keepers, 8 usable freaking, of every position essentially. Even when it comes to the bench, is still looking fine. Yeah, remember, my Gauntlet squads are PNP squads. So there's players who I don't use, players from the Bundesliga, Prem, things like that, who could, be used on the bench in those squads, in the other squads, I should say. Go for Freya. All right, I'm we're yapping. I have a number of conversation because we're not going to lose this game against a dude who's using a freaking all gold team. We're using a freaking. My team looks like most people's freaking 2nd or 3rd team, or some people's main teams. This is essentially my 4th squad. This isn't this is the first squad we're using for today, but when it comes to how I prioritize my teams, my number 1 squad might be a sales squad. That's one who get priorities on freaking evos. He's basically trying to for those who want to know what this guy's trying to do. He's trying to see if he can bait me to freaking do a rush out with my player so he can freaking just do 1 pass into goal. He doesn't know how to do any actual build up, even when it comes to using a goal squad. I guarantee you, if you give Boris a goal squad against me, he's beat my ass. What you can get out of your players is at the end of the day still based on you as a player yourself, right? But he instead of actually being good at build up, he's just trying to hope and pray that he can just get 1 last pass off. Another Lauren James goal. Got a Francis. It's funny because her fantasy card for Lauren James is dropping in price because they gave her 99 dribbling, which means she no longer has freaking lengthy. If you do the right evos on her striker win a wild card, which is one I'm using right now, she gets lengthy. So like right now she's actually like lengthy. So my Lauren James card right now is what people would rather have over freaking her fantasy card, which in my opinion is a better card, because people are obsessed with lengthy because, you know, you want to just be able to like take advantage of silhouettes. All right, Enzo gets a free goal there. But yeah, so people are obsessed with the silver types because you know it does matter. Like your players with lengthy do run faster. That's why you want when you center backs, because you know it allows you to, it compensates what where you're lacking pace wise and agility wise. It gives you an advantage. So people want it. I said before in another video that when you're not good at like dribbling, you can't like out dribble your opponent, not out skill, out dribble your opponent, because skilling is different than dribbling. Like yes, you know, they're not mutually exclusive obviously, but yeah, you can just be a dribbler who's not even good at like actually like doing skill moves. But if you are someone who's good at dribbling or you're good at doing skill moves, you don't need to freaking outpace your opponent. You can just out dribble and out skill them, right? But if you're someone who you know isn't good at those things, you need pace. You need to be able to freaking like outpace your opponent, so you need that lengthy. It's like that's a perfect example right there we mentioned before about how attackers should stand still when they lose the ball, versus defenders when they lose a tackle, they're allowed to get right back on defense. Casemiro loses that ball, he just stands there. I'm hitting my stick to go to that ball. Like I'm hitting my stick. I'm trying to run to the ball that he just lost. He just don't like this. The game won't allow him to move because he lost the ball. EA has a delay, and it's intentional too because they've nerfed it before. They literally, one of the marketing tools for this game was the fact that they said they nerfed stagger effects. And this is why people think this game's freaking rigged. Look how many times that ball bounced away from my players to go back to his players. He's the one to celebrate it. Like how I just scored you at a goal team. Like the ball just kept bouncing back to you. My players kept winning the ball and it just kept going back to your players. Don't celebrate dumb shit like that. You didn't do anything. The game is gifting you a freaking a goal. The ball is bouncing off my player over and over again after they won the ball. You got slide tag. You got tackled by my freaking center back on your 81 rated freaking goal player, and instead of my player winning the ball, she falls over your player, who gets up faster than her. Off the bench, internet for coffee. All right, our second Gauntlet squad will be the all-French league team. With basically no one can be in this squad unless they play for a French league or are French themselves. So everyone here is either French or plays in a French league or has at some point. So some past and present to a degree. Rocking, you know, our Dio Evo on the left, Clara Mateo in the middle. We got Delphine on the right. You know, you see what the squad looking like with our Evo on corset as well. I might just go ahead and buy one of those freaking roles for Dio, who doesn't have any roles for freaking left wing before we get into the game. Yeah, so this is a squad. Let's go ahead and get his games and see if we can cook with it. Nice, Casper no goal. Mateo, not winning herself. Assists for Lindsay Heaps. think he was expecting a different, like, kind of like pass right there. People don't really expect a freaking trigger passes, I'm telling you. If there's any pass type you want to add to your repertoire, in my opinion, is you want to add the trigger pass. People don't expect it. Bruiser for the W. And he's just trying like the usual. Just go for something cheap and hope it freaking like works. Went for that freaking lob pass, like went for the one-time through ball. Dino, go. And he left. All right, the next team is going to be our Barcelona squad. Even though I don't think Cucurella is good enough to be in the squad, we're still going to use him just because he's new. We're playing a 4-3 bracket too, so the squad's looking like, as you can see, with Dino, Sydney, and getting Rivaldo, Leia, Dion, and Vicky on the bench. And as you see, those are reserves. Go ahead and get into the next game. Messi ties it up. This guy has 2 cutback goals. I had to take Gavi out. He was having such a hard time. One of his cutback goals was off Gavi's bad passing and losing the ball with relative ease. On, man. Getting like just bad defense right now. My center backs can't win freaking anything. That pass goes off quicker than that. Get a goal. There you go, Henry. He just got like elbowed to the ground by somebody, and there's no pin. Yeah, Henry. Nice. Busquets goal. And Messi wraps it up. All right, and then our last team's the USA squad. Changing things up. We usually play the 4-3-3 bracket too, but I like to just rotate formations around using the most meta formation in the game, even though we're not playing it in a meta way. No matter what we do, we're always going to play a front-footed style of football. So everyone's going to be freaking, pretty much attacking. But yeah, since it's looking like we're actually starting Jaden Shaw today instead of our usual, because I want to get some games in with Shaw and trying out this Busio card. So we really haven't put any games on him either. But this is what the USA squad's looking like for now. Let's go ahead and get into the game and see if we can have some success. EA! Oh my god. We passed the ball with my player and it just bounced off of her. What in the world, man? Yep. I'm trying to do a through ball pass, a freaking curve through ball, and it didn't even freaking bother with a curve. Fuck out of here, game. Tell you, it does this dumb shit on purpose to freaking keep games close. EA wants to draw, it's not blowouts. If it's a blowout, then people are gonna quit the game, which you're already freaking doing anyways, because people are tired of freaking like just the nonsense that happens in this freaking game. This game takes. I played a lot of sport games, and out of all the sport games I've played, even like older freaking FC games, this is the most like least skill required game out there, because there's just so many freaking random moments in this game that just allows people to freaking stay in games or have an advantage that they naturally wouldn't have any other way. Jaden Shaw, go. Ride the wave, boys. That's why she's in. Just fucking do that. We're using her with Sophia Wilson just to do a celebration. But again, this is another person we played against this week who's not even really doing anything to like showcase any kind of like ability. He's just trying to like rely on some cheat to get some kind of form of success. I'm just gonna freaking cross this fucking ball. Trying to freaking got another guy who has a freaking gold team. I'm telling you, like, and I guarantee, like the first guy we played against today, he's been playing this game for 3 years. He's not someone who's like who just got the game. He just doesn't have any Gauntlet squads. And this guy like the same way. They throw all their promo cards that they get throughout the freaking year into freaking SBCs and don't keep any. Especially when it comes to like, oh, that card's fodder, that card's fodder, that card's fodder. It's like, all right, now you don't have any freaking money to use. And they sit there and complain people's Twitch chats. EA shouldn't have freaking made a freaking 4 squads. I don't have freaking 4 squads. How do you not have fucking 4 squads? All sides in this game are so shit, and I knew she was all sides too. Like I really about to say she's all sides because you see what her movement. She's on side at first when I going to do the pass. You see her do like that, like a little bit, like she kind of like leans in and leans out, and that plays her off sides. Because EA and some of the Inception keeps saying they have your players freaking go in and out to try to push the last defender out the way. So in that situation, my player is literally trying to freaking that touch for him is, I didn't mean it, like I didn't try to do that freaking touch. He literally does that touch when I'm trying to freaking like just hit me to shoot. But yeah, so she plays herself all sides trying to freaking like do that dumb in and out thing that they do. You see how she's doing right now? That in and out, in and out, in and out. And it played her all sides. Trying to pass back to freaking what's her name? We should be dominating this guy. was using like a mostly freaking gold team, but the reason why we're not is the same reason what happened in the last game. Like randomly during the second half, my players are freaking not performing, even though they were just performing. They were just scoring with will in the first half, and now magically we can't move. Magically we're losing the ball at the last freaking second. Magically my players are randomly all sides. Magically my passes are delayed. Everything you just watch is a delayed pass. You can see the line from the precision shooting. She's not kicking the ball. Because EA is delaying the shot from actually fucking happening. Yeah, EA basically has your players playing Mbappe IRL. I think Mbappe is like always off sides. That's your players in this game. They're always off sides because the AI isn't programmed to like actually try to stay on side. So lucky that hit like Leia Alexandria on the way in. Like I said, the game is staying close by just luck of the draw. Is it Jayden Shaw go? And he doesn't try to block that. It just automatically hit Leia Alexandria on the freaking side, so the shot gets blocked. The player's just watching the ball be in front of her. He does that side tackle freaking, what's his name? And she just stands there and looks at the ball like, huh? There's a ball next to me?